Raizin the Roof, presented by the Central Indiana Realtist Association, a local chapter of the National Association of Real Estate Brokers. Our mission is to build wealth through home ownership by enhancing economic development. We accomplish this goal by informing, advocating, and educating in the communities we serve. And now, Raizin the Roof.
Welcome and thank you for joining us as we're raising the roof. These programs are designed to help to show you how to build generational wealth through home ownership. I'm Dolores Kennedy.
And this is Priscilla Russell, your agent with Hustle.
And we are here today because we have Kim Boyd, who is the president and founder of the HOPE team. It's helping others prosper economically. Believe me, we just came in contact with Miss Kim, and she's awesome, y'all. You're gonna get a lot of information from her and about her program that she runs, and we're coming back, and she's gonna tell us all about the HOPE team, what she does, who she is, how it started, the whole thing. We're so glad to have her here. We'll be right back with Raising the Roof with Miss Kim Boyd.
On the first Wednesday of every month, realtors and real estate professionals are invited to our CERA meeting, which is at 11:30. For information on attending the meeting, please go to our website at www.CERA.NAREB.org for meeting information. Thank you. Welcome back to Raising the Roof. This morning, we are blessed to have Ms. Kim Boyd here, the founder and president of the HOPE organization. Ms. Kim, tell us a little bit about yourself and what we're talking about this morning.
Well, thank you both, ladies, and I appreciate the opportunity to be here on your show today. And I hope that through my sharing of information that people in our community are better enlightened about what's in their community, and also, even more importantly, how they become engaged in their community. The HOPE team, many years ago, I saw a disconnect in our community. That is, of services that were provided, but people were not aware of them. At the time, I was working on the campus of Tech High School for Vincennes University, which I was the program coordinator for a metalworker and technology program, CNC machinist program. And some of the individuals that were enrolled in the program, I had barriers, be it transportation, not being sure if they could do it or not. So, I wore many hats. And so on the transportation piece, I would reach out to other organizations that I knew, and they said, oh, well, you can get bus tickets over here for your students. And I was like, you know what, why don't we just meet? We were talking anyway. And I said, why don't we dedicate once a month, 2 hours to just join together and support each other better. And in supporting each other better, we were all meeting our program goals, enrollments, et cetera, and most importantly, the people that were seeking different services. And so we've been together for almost 30 years.
Wow.
We are a grassroots, and I mean truly grassroots organization. All of the agencies, and we've had many over the years that have been a part and still a part of the HOPE team. But the service is always focusing on free, low cost, and affordable, and immediately tangible. We don't want it to be a period for individuals that are seeking, to start their life or recover from addiction, or to get into housing. We want them to be able to immediately connect with individuals that can help them live their life to its fullest and to reach their goals and their dreams for themselves, their children, their families, their parents, etc. So we've been meeting the second Tuesday of every month at 11 o'clock. Currently at True Vine Missionary Baptist Church, which is located at 4050 Millersville Road. So it's in the 40th and Keystone area. And so with that, we have a different focus, if you will, of a guest speaker or a topic that's happening in real time. So last month, this month, we had you ladies because, people starting off the first of the year, oftentimes they set their goals, they want to get a home, that's one of their goals. So I felt it very timely to have you ladies there because I consider you guys, once I found out about you from Pastor Wayne Moore, with Olivet Missionary Baptist Church, I was like, oh yeah, I need to connect with these ladies. And so with New Year goals, if one of them being for some people to get into home ownership, what a better time because you guys immediately can connect with individuals to get them on that path, to home ownership and understanding the pitfalls, the good things as well as the things to stay away from. And so I felt it as a no-brainer for you ladies to come. In previous months, we've had Deputy Mayor Jeff Bennett to come and speak to us several times last year to talk about the eviction crisis, what the city was doing, where the CARES Act monies were going and funding those. And I've been involved with him with saving people from evictions. And so there's many things that happen outside of the meetings. The meetings themselves are really to enlighten and inform people of groups such as you two ladies, the hidden gems in our community.
See.
And so I constantly seek to have not only the name brand, but also the hidden gems in our community, which again are free, low cost, and affordable services.
And you have, when we were at the meeting this month, and I was really amazed at the number of people that was in the meeting, but all different genres. I mean, it wasn't all housing. It was transportation, and it was IHCDA. I mean, there were so many different entities there that was representative of doing things for the community, and that was awesome. I thought that was just off the hook because
even Indigo
and Indigo was there, and you know what? And you're talking about hidden gems. That there, as long as you say that it's been since you've been doing that, a lot of people didn't know about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just having those people there, giving information. And what we're here about at Raising the Roof is giving you information you can use.
Correct.
Right.
Yes.
And that's what your group is, giving people information that they can use. It was off the hook.
Oh, yeah. Well, I really enjoyed all the reports that they were giving to the community, things that I didn't even know anything about. So,
Right.
so you can tell us a little bit more about what's going on.
Yes, because that is one of the goals as well. And I always tell people that attend the meetings, if you come to a meeting, you'll leave out knowing more about your community when you first came in that door.
That's true.
Yes.
And learning something different, again, of the free, low cost, and affordable services. Now, that was intentional on my part. And I've kind of referred to us in the past as a little mutt group, where you have mixed breeds, and so my intention was.
That's a good one.
Let me write that down.
Yes, because it was my intention to try to pair and have the government entities intertwine the major services that operate within our city.
Right.
In with a group like yours, okay? One that's not as well known, within the community, but it's been doing fantastic work. And so I've always sought to bridge the gap, if you will, between those that are immediately recognized by their name or affiliation or their political stature, along with maybe the one little not-for-profit that's struggling, the little engine that could, but could also do better if they, again, from our mission and purpose concept, is to intertwine and get to know each other's world and how they operate.
Right.
And then it's enabled me to create those effective matches, and partnerships, kind of knowing, okay, well, you do this over here and they do that over there, then they can work well together and they both could prosper. And so with that has always been my goal, is to make sure that people are aware. I mean, and what is 2 hours, 1 day a month, to learn more about your community.
That's right.
That brings a quality of life, not only to the services or the work that you do, but also to your individual life and family in your neighborhood. And I've always sought to try to make that happen, and with the blessings of many partners and individuals that have been with us for many years, we've been able to do that. Don't always, toot the horn and, you know what I'm saying, and it's 20 million pictures on Facebook or whatever. It's more to the body of the work. And so, like with Indigo, we just did our 5th annual Hope for Christmas at the Earthside YMCA. And that's where we have dedicated ourselves to service adult homeless men and women. And so when you speak of Indigo, Indigo came on board this year, and they provided loaded bus passes for all the homeless individuals that came to the Hope for Christmas. And we loaded them up with, new shoes and new clothing and, toiletries. They got food, fruit. That was the other thing. The city of Indianapolis, their food initiative, they donated fruit bags.
Wow.
With bananas, apples, oranges, little candy in there. Because we all do it with our own homes and have the little treats for Christmas.
Right.
Why not do it for the homeless?
That's right.
Hey, when I was coming up, that was the whole thing at Christmas.
Yes.
You get an orange, an apple, and a banana.
Exactly.
It's like, 'cause I mean, that was-
Exactly.
that was
Correct.
really great.
And we always strive to provide for others when we have our events with things that we wouldn't mind having ourselves.
Right. Well, one of the other things that was people that were there was the public library. And I thought, well, who would have thought they would be at a meeting like this, but they were there talking about what they were providing. And I'm sure you can tell a little bit more about what she was doing there.
At the public library, they have a whole wealth of resources that I would say, most of the community is not aware of. Last year, the library recently hired their first social worker. Now, who knew that a library would have a social worker?
Wow.
But because of one of my former colleagues, God rest his soul, Maurice Young, which they called him, the president of the homeless, and Maurice passed away, unfortunately, last year, and we had done some work together because what he was doing at the main library, the one on Meridian Street.
Right.
Service center.
Right,
Yeah.
that's next to Dress for Success, across from Dress for Success. He brought in where homeless people could come on like Wednesdays, I believe, sign up for HIP 2.0, get connected with job opportunities, and he based it all out of the library. But the library also has a vast array of videotapes and training and focusing on not only the different populations, so the youth, the seniors, and all of their services are free.
Wow. We're going to come right back, Ms. Kim. Keep that thought. Ms. Kim, we want her to come back and give us more of this information. I mean, you're going to be blown off. This is a lot of information. We will be right back.
Hello, I'm Shelley Specchio, CEO of Mybor Realtor Association. We support the mission of the Central Indiana Realtist Association to improve the quality of life for the underserved and enhance the economic development for the community. At Mybor, our leadership in economic and community development efforts directly impact the strength of our communities and promote the importance of homeownership for all. Learn more about how realtors strengthen our communities at mybor.com.
Hello, I'm Dolores Kennedy, broker owner of B&K Real Estate Services, where helping you buy or sell your home is what I do. Call me. You see the number. Call me.
Welcome back to Raising the Roof. Today we are excited with Central Indiana Realtors Association and the CIRA and NARAB, National Association of Real Estate Brokers. We have a wonderful guest here today that's going to be talking to us a little bit more about the Hope Foundation and what she does. Now, Ms. Kim, you were trying to tell us a lot of things when we were about your October meeting and things like that. So we'd like for you to tell the world here about what's going on with the Hope.
Okay, yes. In our October meeting, because again, sometimes we'll have meetings in the community so that people can see it, you know, not just hear about it. So our October meeting was held on the new Justice Center campus where the Assessment and Intervention Center is housed, all built by the city of Indianapolis, you know, and a lot of offices that used to operate within the city county building downtown now operate out of the Justice campus. The Assessment and Intervention Center is a separate building, and they are a free service for people that are struggling with addiction issues. And they provide free transportation for people to get to the Assessment and Intervention Center, or once they leave, you know, and go on to another treatment center, or if the individual, you know, chooses to feel like they've got a grasp on their addiction and or their mental health. And so Jennifer Cianelli is the director administrator over the Assessment and Intervention Center. And so I found out about her through IMPD, the Northwest District. I had attended a Northwest District meeting in the community, and as soon as I heard it, I was like, wait a minute, Officer Dieter was kind of designated to be that liaison between what they do with the police department and the individuals that they come across and the referrals to the Assessment and Intervention Center. And so people got to see where their tax dollars went to. The facility itself, Jennifer offered to give tours, you know, for anyone that was more interested. It is a secure facility. And to kind of give everyone an idea of the vicinity of where it's located, it's right across from the Twin Air shopping center on the south side of Indianapolis, which brings us to the January meeting that you ladies presented at and were there. And again, I always like to give life to the words and the actions that people take beyond the meetings, because the meetings are just the beginning. There's a lot of work that goes in between those meetings that we have monthly. And so a gentleman who had called me about his son being in crisis, Anthony Hampton, and he said, I just want to thank you, because when he originally called me about his son, you know, having an addiction, and he was like, well, I said, no, you need to go to, you know, Officer Dieter. I'll connect you with Officer Dieter, with Jennifer, and let's get your son in for treatment. So at our January 2023 meeting where you ladies were there, he gave his testimony about how his son was successfully coming through his addiction. And that's what these meetings are about. If you get out in your community to understand, you don't know the impact that it can have on any one person's life.
That's right.
Now his mother can sleep better. The family can sleep better. He's not worrying where you know, his son is in the world, in the street, on, you know, knowing that was in his recovery, but was an addict. And those are life-changing meetings. It came out. There's no consultant fee. There's no, you know, well, I'm going to case manage you. No, these are free services that transform his son. But it also transformed the family, because when a person is in addiction,
It's a
the
whole
whole family
family
is affected by the addiction or
That's
the mental
right.
health.
That's exactly right.
Wow, it was awesome to hear their testimony, and just to think that there was one. It was a gentleman there that he had connected with, the policeman that he had connected. He had connected with, that he said that they had never met before that day, but they had been talking and interacting and things like that. I mean, this program, this Hope Team program is awesome, you guys. This is something that I am so happy and so thankful that we can now be a part of this, and because we want to be a source for home ownership, not just home ownership, but educating toward home ownership. That's our key, is making sure that we get the information out there, and we not only, if they buy a home, we want to make sure they can sustain it.
That's right.
It's just not a paycheck for us at all.
Absolutely.
Believe me, it is not a paycheck. Go ahead.
Oh, one of the things I really enjoyed about that meeting was how the father presented his information, and then how the son stepped up, and you could tell what just your relationship, what it had done to the whole, and you say the whole family, because that's how it looked. I mean, I was just about in tears just looking at them, because then when the police officer came up to talk about what they did, I said, these are the things we need to know that police officers are doing in the committee.
And you're exactly right. And to that point, I've known Anthony, because when I mentioned earlier about being at Vincennes University at Tech High School, I've known Anthony for every bit of like 20 plus years. And Anthony, as he said himself, had his run through addiction. And we talked about the generational addiction. He shared that with everyone. But the other thing that, I don't know if a lot of people might have recognized it, but in our city right now, there's a lot of different divisions between communities of color and the police department. And Anthony Hampton shared that, like you said, never met.
Right.
And for him to have a white officer to help his black son, that was very transformational, and it gave, hopefully, everyone a different perception that we can work together.
Right.
If we just give each other an opportunity. And they had never met.
Hope.
Yeah. Helping others prosper economically.
This is awesome. This is awesome. I get all choked up. She'll tell me, stop talking. But I mean, can you tell me and you have said that, and we got about 2 minutes. So what I want you to tell, what is the makeup of, we've talked about all the different people that was there, but what is the membership and the organizations that make up your group?
Well, there's KG, Community Action of Greater Indianapolis. There's the Foster Grandparent Program, which works with seniors, where they get a stipend to go read to children in the schools, which a lot of seniors still want to have some connectivity in the community. And so they mentor the children as well as read to them in the different schools and daycares. Indigo definitely is a partner, the YMCA, in particular the Avondale Meadows YMCA. Oh my God, we've got the city of Indianapolis with the food initiative.
And we had, you had Andre Carson's office there.
Right.
Yeah.
There's monthly reportings every month from the Marion County Prosecutor's Office, so Ryan Mears' office. There's a monthly report from Congressman Carson's office of what's going on in Washington, but it's being related back to residents not only in the 7th Congressional District that he represents, but the entirety of the state of Indiana. If there's a transportation funding, he brings that back, and then leaves it after he does that in legislative in Washington. The other group that we have is the IMPD North District. We did have someone from Health and Hospital Corporation also as well. So they give monthly reports. And the library.
Yes.
The library, the Marion County Public Library. So we have these agencies give monthly reports as well to enlighten the community.
Okay, Ms. Kim, we're going to be right back, and we're going to wrap up with you telling us and our audience what we can do to get in touch with you in order to be a part of your program, what you need us to do, because I'm thinking things that Sarah can do as a group to do this. So we will be right back with Raising the Roof.
Hello, my name is Sherry Boudwin. I'm a home lending officer with First Merchants Bank. I'm so excited to be partnering with Central Indiana Realtors Association in regards to increasing home ownership in the Indianapolis and surrounding areas. First Merchants Bank has an awesome no money down program and no private mortgage insurance. Essentially, it can be a 100% financing program. Give me a call. My name is Sherry Boudwin. I'd love to be able to help you. 317-566-6123.
Hi, my name is Priscilla Russell, your agent with Hustle with United Real Estate. I have over 30 years experience helping buyers and sellers to build wealth through real estate. Call me at 317-872-SELL.
And we're back with Central Indiana Realtors Association, better known as CIRA. We're here today with Ms. Kim Boyd, who is the president and founder of the HOPE team, helping others prosper economically. Tell us how we contact you and if we want to be a part of your team.
Thank you. They can reach me via my email, which is all lowercase, like my initials. So K is in King, L is in Larry, B is in Boy, 2600 @gmail.com. They also can follow me. There's two means in which I always put the notice out for when our next meetings are. So my personal Facebook page, which is Kim Boyd, and then we also have a Facebook page, the HOPE team.
Okay.
And so every month listing when our meetings are and who our guest speakers are and things like that.
Yeah, great information. You guys need to be a part. Contact Miss Kim Boyd. And I tell you, she's got all kinds of people there she's bringing programs into the community. I mean, information we can use. This is what CIRA's about, is bringing information for you to use. And this is what Ms. Kim is about bringing that information to the community to help us. We appreciate you so much. We appreciate you, and we thank you for coming. With that, we will see you next time on Raising the Roof. Take care.
Raizin the Roof.